It is Sunday. Hustle, and burn. Come on, man. What's up, guys? It's your boy out here, CJ the DJ, man. Today's episode is sponsored by a great company. I'm super excited about this partnership. The Impact Co, guys. The Impact Co, all about elevating yourself, empowering others. You guys know that's what I'm all about. We chat about it on the pod all day while you listen to me blabber, man. But they have a product available called the IT Band. It stands for Internal Toughness and Inner Torch, okay? They have their red band available for order right now, guys. You can buy one for $5 or 2 for $11. If you get the 2 for $11 bundle, it comes with a third band, which is white, okay? Each band stands for something different. So the red on the inside has resilience. The white on the inside has faith. So you buy 2, you get that third one free. It's basically a 3 for $11 deal, guys. And then you're able to give that other red band that you can get out to someone else to continue to pass their message along. I love the message. I love that daily reminder staying on your wrist. So go check out the Impact Company. The link will be in the description of this video. Great company. Very excited about the partnership, and they are today's sponsor. Let's get into it, man. Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy out here, CJ the DJ, coming to you live with a brand new episode of Hustle and Burn. As always, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully everybody had a great week. It is Sunday, so hopefully we can end it all right. You dig? Yes, sirski. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We gonna jump right into it with the Not For Long League, man. Of course, man, and to me, despite what anyone thinks, I think these conferences are wide open. I think these conferences are wide open for the taking, guys. All right, look at the NFC and the current standings right now, right? That's what we got here. You feel me? And then look at the AFC. All right, and this is what we got. Like to me, it's wide open for the taking by so many different teams. I know people like the Eagles, of course. I know people like the Lions. I know they like the Chiefs. But to me, this is going to be the first year in a few years we have an alternate team in the Super Bowl outside of the kind of the regular KC, Buffalo, KC, Philly kind of dynamic that's been going on for the last few years. I'm telling you right now, it's wide open for the taking on both sides, guys. There are so many teams in the mix that nobody thought would be in the mix. There are teams that people thought would be more in the mix that are lower in the mix. Like, there's so much going on. But to me, look at these conferences. Wide open for the taking. For any team that wants to step up, for any coach that wants to step up, they are wide open, man. And I just wanted to point that out. That's just my take, because I know everyone has their favorite teams. But look at these conferences, man. Wide open. Wide open for the taking, man. The season is still very bright and early. We are, just basically almost getting to the halfway point of the season right now. A lot of teams taking their bye week, stuff like that. But one thing I wanted to highlight that I did definitely see this week, and, I wanted to definitely bring it on to the pod here, man, was the scrutiny between the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles, and more so even just between Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts isn't my favorite quarterback. I really don't think he's that good of a quarterback. But realistically speaking, I think this post is straight facts.
A nigga like me ain't gonna lie.
I'll give you that.
You look like a nigga that gonna lie?
I'll give you that.
Right? Like, I think this post is straight facts. Period. Okay? Like, the Eagles are 2-time Super Bowl champs. Josh Allen and the Bills have won none. Right? Okay. So it's like, at the end of the day, the Eagles have beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Josh Allen and the Bills, no. Okay. So every season we scrutinize Jalen Hurts. We poke at the Eagles. We poke at the dynamic that they have. I've even been doing it myself this season. Yet every year we big up Josh Allen and the Bills no matter what. No matter what they're doing. And then it gets to the point where it's like, it ends the exact same, right? Like, it's like they can't do no wrong, when in reality, their team, especially this year, is less talented than they've been in most years. All right, they just re-signed James Cook to the big contract. He's had a couple down games. Coach talked to the offensive coordinator about, look, we need to get him more involved. But still, man, it's just the same. Every year we big up Josh Allen and the Bills. Every year they get less talented than prior years, and the coaching stays the exact same. They still don't show up every single Sunday. Seems like one Sunday they show up, the next one or two they don't show up, and then they got to get it all back together. But still no one scrutinizes Josh Allen and the Bills in the way that the Eagles and Jalen Hurts are scrutinized. Don't know why that is. I'm not bringing up a racial thing or anything, like some people try and kind of bait and do. But to me, you know, it's the same thing as the Eagles, right? Like, they're the same team to me, especially right now. Like, in the current situation and standings, they are the same team to me. But everyone talks loud about the Eagles while we let Buffalo get away with shitty football, and shitty wins. Like, a couple of their wins are very shitty wins, man. That they should have, you know, blown these teams out. Shouldn't even have been in these games, realistically, if they're the team that we think that they are and everyone says that they are. But, you know, I just ain't going for it no more, man, with the Bills. Like, I really ain't going for it. And you know, I insert this photo just to really show and kind of highlight the fact that this photo, guys, got taken in 2021, okay? 2021, this Super Bowl got taken. So by the time the next Super Bowl comes up, it's going to have been 5 years since this photo was taken. This is how long everyone's been saying the Buffalo's going to do it. This is how long. With the same exact current basic system and dynamic. And Josh Allen, the head coach, they moved around the receivers, but they've had James Cook for a while now. Like, it's like same dynamic, basically, right? So at some point, it's like, give me a break, bro. At some point, we can't take these guys serious, and I'm tired of people taking them serious. Like, that's just what it is. I think they missed their window, period. Just like I think Detroit may have missed their window as well, period. I don't care what anyone says. That pick was 5 years ago, and you know, like, to me, that just shows, again, how long they've been trying this same exact system, and it's just not working. So stop hyping up the Bills. I'm tired of people hyping up the Bills and then down in the Eagles when, again, they're the same exact team. They're a high caliber team that some weeks shows up, some weeks doesn't show up. Whether you want to blame it on the coaching, the players, I don't know what it is, but that's what it is with these two teams and why I just don't trust them. I just don't trust them. I think they're both going to hit a stride, of course, but right now, no, they're off the table. I don't trust either of those teams. I don't want to hear about it. This pick with Diggs was taken, you know, a long time ago. But, you know, his brother was in the news this week. And his brother actually gets the Fried Award of the week this week, man. And you know, Trayvon Diggs, guys, this week he had an accident, according to his head coach, at his home, and sustained a concussion. Okay? Sustained a concussion and is now out for Sunday's huge divisional game. I just showed you guys the standings, right? Cowboys, Commanders, both right there. Huge divisional game. Eagles right there too. Huge divisional game for the Dallas Cowboys. And your cornerback sustains a concussion while at his home in an accident and is now out for Sunday. And this is, you know, one of the main reasons. Number one, Trayvon Diggs, you are fried, my guy. All right, you get the Fried Award of the week. That's just period. But this is why I had to put the Cowboys down for this season, man. For anyone that's still asking me, for anyone that's still wondering, this the type of shit you got to deal with, man. On no other team, in no other organization, do you have to deal with shit like this before your weekly game. Unless you are a Dallas Cowboys fan. I shit you not. I shit you not. On no week in time in any other team, any other organization, you got to deal with shit like this. Unless it's the Cowboys. So if you need further reason or wondering why I laid down the Cowboys, I picked up the Raiders for this season. Okay? Here it is. You're fried, my guy. What? Come on. Come on, man. It's getting ridiculous out here, man. It's getting ridiculous out here. One brother getting concussions off the field. The other brother scoring more touchdowns off the field than on the field. It's ridiculous, man.
I mean, if we keeping a buck right now, we ass. So
y'all are both ass right now. Ass, my boys. Y'all are both ass. For real. Speaking of right now, I need my money right now. So let's get to these bets, man. Let's get to these sports bets for y'all, man. Very excited. Last week was so freaking close, but who'd we bet on? The Dallas Cowboys, man. Damn Dallas Cowboys, man. We bet on them boys, man, last week, and they are the only leg of the lock of the week last week that missed, man. I apologize for that, but let's get into it this week, man. Let's get to this money. I need my money. Shout out to the sponsors, man. What's up, everybody? It's your boy out here, man. Want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor for all the NFL chat that we have, but especially for these NFL bets that we got coming up for you, man. ORSBC, guys. This is the hottest football club in the Box State, the hottest club, period. All right. This year, they are located down at Sueños Cantina. Hottest spot, I'm telling you, especially when it comes to watching football. So come on down. You can actually meet us there today. Yes, today. All right. So scrub your ass, tie up your shoes, whatever you got to do. Come on down, man. Have a good time. Don't matter if you're a Raider fan, not a Raider fan. Come on down. Have a great time, man. Sueños Cantina, ORSBC.Denver. Go look them up, guys. See the themes they got, the watch parties that they got coming up. And shout out to them for sponsoring the pod. Let's get back to it. Let's go. The lock of the week. Now, this week, guys, the lines are crazy, okay? I don't know what's going on. Vegas is tripping to me with these lines this week. So the lock of the week is a plus 1,003 at the time of the bet, okay? That's the odds, plus 1,003. And to me, this seems like a safe bet. So I don't really know what Vegas is tripping on this week. Maybe they got the script and I don't know what's going on. We're going to see. But lock in these bets. This is the lock of the week, man. At the time of the bet, it was plus 1,003 for the lock of the week, guys. All right? First leg. I got the Carolina Panthers minus 1.5 versus the New York Jets. Guys, the Jets suck. The Jets suck. For anyone that's thinking that the Jets are going to beat the Panthers in this game in an upset or something like that, I don't want to hear it. All right? And what did I tell you about Carolina? What did I tell y'all about Carolina? Yo, shout out to Carolina, man. Like, that was a good win for them. That's back-to-back wins for them. And I will say Carolina's, now got 2 wins through 4 weeks. Their schedule is top 5 to 7 easiest schedules across the NFL. So at the end of the day, keep an eye on Carolina to win 8 games, man, and 9 games and try and make a little wild card push just so Bryce Young can get his little extension. Watch. Keep an eye on it, man. It's extension year for Bryce Young. Watch. Keep an eye on a little 8 to 9 wins, maybe a little wild card game or something. Watch the Carolina Panthers do it, man, with that easy-ass schedule that they got, man. All right? I told y'all, watch them for a sneaky wild card because them guys, watch them being in the hunt because they're playing better. They got an easy schedule. It's extension season for Bryce Young. I told y'all, man. I told y'all. Watch out for Carolina. So Carolina goes into this game 3-3. They get a win over the Jets. Now this team is over 500 for the first time in, 3 years? Oh, the Panthers are hyped. Wait till next week. But that's the first leg of the lock of the week. I don't know why they have it so low. Minus 1.5. Carolina. Easy bet, guys. Carolina has gotten a lot better just overall. McMillan has really opened up the offense a little bit, getting it to different receivers. The running backs are now working, so it's letting Bryce Young not have to have the ball in his hands so much. I'm telling you, man. Carolina minus 1.5 is the first leg of the lock of the week. The second leg of the lock of the week, guys, is the Miami Dolphins money line over the Cleveland Browns. I don't care if Dylan Gabriel looks better this week against Miami than he did last week until I see him throw down the field more than 10 yards consistently. I'm not buying anything and anyone in the Browns organization. I'm not buying anything going on with the Browns in any game until that happens consistently. So the Dolphins and CTE Tua are going to take this game. Dolphins money line is leg number 2. Leg number 3, guys, I got the Broncos W versus the Giants, guys. Broncos money line over the New York Giants. Yes, the Donkeys. I think Jackson Dart gonna come in and do his thing. My boy Scatterboo gonna score for sure. But ultimately, I think Denver kind of, is gonna hold them to under 21 points, and that the offense gets it done. In what I assume to be another kind of closer game than Denver fans are honestly assuming. I definitely think this is going to be a closer game than Denver fans are kind of expecting from this team, to be 100% honest with you. Leg 4, guys. Leg 4. I got the Commanders money line versus the Dallas Cowboys. Last time I checked, it was 50-50 on the game, like where the money was at. It was pretty even. But both defenses look spotty, and that's the reason why. But at the end of the day, y'all saw the Friday award of the week. The Dallas defense is down even more than they already were. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, I ain't picking the Cowboys. They ruined the lock of the week last week, guys, so we ain't making the same mistake this week. Commanders money line as the 4th leg of the lock of the week against the damn Dallas Cowboys, all right? So that's the lock of the week. Again, plus 1,003 at the time of the bet, guys, and this is a safe bet to me. Carolina Panthers -1.5. Dolphins money line versus Cleveland. Broncos money line versus New York Giants. And Commanders money line versus the Cowboys, guys. That 4-leg parlay is plus 1,003 odds. Go lock in the lock of the week. Y'all get it. All right. Now, let's get to the juicy parlay of the week for y'all, man. This juicy parlay at the time of the bet, guys, was close, but it was plus 1,085 odds. Another 4-legger. Another 4-leg parlay here, guys. The juicy parlay, guys. First leg here, I got the Atlanta Falcons money line versus San Francisco. Guys, Atlanta has the #1 offense in the NFL. They got a top 3 defense in the NFL. At the end of the day, if they can be consistent all game, if Michael Penix can continue to not turn the ball over entirely, their whole team, Bijan had a couple fumbles in a few games. If the entire offense can just continue to not turn the ball over, guys, geez. You know, this team is comfortably, in my opinion, going to win this game no matter who plays and doesn't play for San Francisco at the quarterback position or anything like that, okay? So I got Atlanta Falcons money line versus San Francisco 49ers as the first leg of the juicy parlay. Second leg of the juicy parlay, guys, I got the Detroit Lions money line versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I do think this is a statement game for Detroit to stop Kansas City and really show that the magic is just gone in KC, period. And I think this is a game for the Lions to still show as well for people like me that say, hey, the Lions missed their window. Like, they missed their Super Bowl opportunity and window. They should have done it with Ben Johnson at the helm, or yada, 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 yada. Whatever the case is, this is a statement game for them to go in and really rout the Chiefs if they can, and really show, hey, we still got a window. We're still here. We're still that same high power, you know, offense and defense that we have been, despite the coaching changes or anything that's been going on or what you think. The Lions do look good, guys, and they for sure look better than the Chiefs. So I got the Lions money line versus Kansas City as the second leg. Third leg of the juicy parlay for y'all, I got the Colts money line versus the Los Angeles Chargers, guys. You know, the Chargers, again, as I mentioned, guys, they're just struggling, okay? It's just flat out. It's multiple areas. Last week, you know, I did say Lad McConkey would have a good game, and look what happened. My boy balled out, you feel me? Shout out to Lad, you know. But this week, I think the Colts are just going to overpower them, guys, period. I think the Colts just overpower them. You know, I think Jonathan Taylor is going to get off. I think Michael Pittman definitely scores a touchdown, so keep that in your books, and I think the Colts take a W, man, as the third leg. The Chargers almost lost to the Miami Dolphins, man. I think the Colts have a more solid foundation and team overall, talent-wise, offense-wise, and defense-wise than the Miami Dolphins right now. They're more cohesive, and, again, the Chargers are just struggling. So Colts money line is the third leg, guys. The fourth leg of the juicy parlay for y'all, man. We're going back to the Denver Donkeys. I got the Denver Donkeys and the New York Giants going over 40.5, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is going to be a back and forth game for most of the game until Denver takes it and seals it. But until that final drive or two, when the Denver defense kind of steps up with that 1 or 2 huge stops that they need in the game in the fourth quarter, to me, I think this is going to be a shootout. And, you know, I think the over-under was like overall, you know, 40.5. But I would even take the first half over under, whatever it's at. I could see this definitely going over 24 in the first half for sure. You know, like a 21 to, let's say, a 14-10 score in the first half for sure is highly likely in a game like this. So, you know, I'm taking the over 40.5 in the Denver game. But I definitely do think Denver takes the win, as I mentioned in the lock of the week. But I'm taking the over 40.5. So that's the juicy parlay for y'all, man. Again, at the time of the bet, plus 1,085 odds. Y'all know how the juicy parlays go. Okay. First leg, Falcons money line. Second leg, Detroit Lions money line. Third leg, Colts money line. Fourth leg, over 40.5. Broncos versus Giants. All right. Those are the sports bets of the week for y'all. Those are the locks of the weeks. So go lock them in, man. Make sure you let me know if you do lock them in. That way, if we win, we can post them up, run up some bread together, you feel me? And that's the NFL chat for the week, man. As we get into this investment wrap, man, this investment wrap of the week is very important. It's more so, you know, I titled it the cool off before the reset. is kind of what we're going to call it. But really, guys, if you recall, like a month and a half ago, actually maybe even 2 months ago at this point, I said the markets were topping, right? I told you Q4 was going to kind of be a cool off period, and that this next quarter was going to show who's really kind of paying attention, right? And here we are, okay? Here we are in this situation. The markets right now are doing exactly what we expected, okay? But to me, guys, what this is and what I want you to pay attention to, why I'm bringing this up, you know I speak facts on these investment wraps of the week, so pay attention, all right, after you go lock in them bets. But man, the markets right now, guys, are doing exactly what we expected, okay? It's manipulated chaos, right? And, you know, what I mean by that is like one Donald Trump tweet sends everything into a frenzy on fire, right? And the next day he's tweeting, it's all good. It's all good, dog. Hey, it's all good, dog. You know, it's all good. No stress. No stress. You know, and it's a Saturday, obviously, right? Like, it just makes no sense, right? But that's kind of the game, guys. Like, algorithms react before humans do. And so many people, guys, now trade and invest with and using algorithms and stuff like that, all right? That, realistically speaking, you're watching power and perception trade hands in real time. You're watching power and perception trade hands in real time, okay, when shit like this happens, all right? But I wanted to show you guys a couple charts here. These are charts I've had for a while. I've shown you guys most of them previously on previous episodes, but these are big names like, you know, Meta, Tesla, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, and a lot of these guys, they're either sprinting higher, okay, or, of course, they're sitting right at that line where a serious retrace could hit. All right, and like I mentioned and like I said, we're just going to kind of go back through it, but I'm going to give it to y'all fully today, digestibly. You know, I said Q4 was going to slow down, okay, and I fully stand on that Q4 is going to slow down. You kind of see it in some of these stocks already since September, October have begun, you know what I mean? Originally, though, I thought 50 to 70% of 2026 would kind of drag too, but with Trump's talks, guys, about a 6-month reporting cycle, I'm adjusting that to about 40 to 50%. You know, and to me, the reason that I'm doing that is the perspective you have to take is the elites, the global funds, like they all want, when you're trying to properly manipulate a market, if you are trying to do that, which in my opinion they are, what you want is like a slow burn, right? Like you don't want a full just crash and burn as things kind of go down, right? You want a slow burn, and that way the market cools off, and then you know, it's just enough for you to re-enter quietly, if you will, if you're these elites, if you're these kind of countries, these global funds, these guys that really, again, guys, move the markets that we don't even fathom or think about. That's who's actually like moving these markets and shit. Like, it's insane when you actually kind of look at, like, you know, logistically and specifically what is actually going on in these situations and with these stocks. But again, I'm adjusting the prediction, guys, on the cool off to, instead of 50 to 75% of 2026, probably to about 40 to 50%. Okay, because again, I think they do want a slow burn. But rather than let it crash and burn, I think you announce the new reporting system probably sometime next year, and my prediction is probably before the 250th anniversary of the United States, right? You wave a few flags, you throw a UFC fight on the White House lawn and brag that you saved the economy, right? While it was going down, and then behind the scenes you're cashing out, kikiing, and together, you feel me? Like that, in my opinion, is kind of what is going to happen. And all of this loops back to something that I wanted to bring and say on record for you guys, just so everyone has a clear understanding. You know, what I try and do is kind of take like big picture things and break them down onto a minute scale, just so we can kind of all understand them. But what I want you guys to understand, guys, is the US dollar and its power isn't dying, okay? It is not dying, all right? It's evolving, okay? And what I mean by that, and what I'm kind of going to chat about here, is the fact that crypto is the future, but it's not like a get rich tokens, right? Like the way people kind of imagine them right now. In my opinion, what it is a transition currency, okay? What I think will happen is, over the next few years, number one, the market's going to cool off here, and then it's going to start ripping back up. But over the next few years, and I've said this before when I'm chatting about this stuff on these investment wraps of the week, AI is going to take over, guys. You're probably hearing about it more and more. If you pay attention to this stuff, you're seeing the job reports already in the private sectors. Like, it's already happening, okay? It's already here, but people are just not recognizing it yet, right? So what's going to happen is, again, the AI will take over. The job markets will keep getting slashed, and as a temporary store of value, guys, while they devalue the current system, the dollar is going down, the stock market will be going down, okay? And I'm talking short term, but also long term, all right? What's going to happen? And I'm talking long term in this perspective here. What's going to happen, guys, is these cryptos are simply just going to be used as, basically a store of value or a transition currency as they devalue the current system and prepare the new one. Because what you see as the stock market goes down, and has been going down, what you see as the value of the dollar has went down consistently since January. Literally since the election, the dollar has went down, and the value of the dollar. Okay, we talked about the Dixie on the pod before. You should know what that is. That right tracks the value of the dollar. They've consistently done it since the election. All right, but gold is soaring higher than ever, guys. Gold is soaring higher than ever. All right, everyone's talking about gold right now, and of course, the dollar is off of the gold standard, right? But it's always going to be the backing, guys. It's always going to be from a perspective situation, kind of how they're basing things. I know some people don't believe that, but it is just the truth, okay? So as the dollar continues to go down, guys, gold is soaring to all-time highs, never before seen. So while they quietly, devalue the dollar continuously all year, literally since election day, gold is going up, okay? And gold is always going to be the pairing to the dollar strength. I don't care, again, what you say. So soon to me, what there's going to be and what they're building up for is an AI dollar, okay? And it's going to be a gold-backed digital. It's going to have like gold-backed, the building of it is going to be gold-backed, the rails of it, if you will, right? Of kind of the system. It's all going to be fully online. Crypto becomes the bridge that kind of gets us there, guys. It's the transition currency, because again, a lot of the dollar and the value of the dollar is going to go down. So you have to transition that into cryptos. And I think what's going to happen is, while the dollar loses value, the jobs get slashed, gold is going to rise, the cryptos are going to rise once again, okay? And they're going to rise, to me, before the value of the dollar rises again. All right, so gold's going to continue to go up. Crypto and stocks are going down. Value of the dollar is going down right now, right? But crypto is going to be the first one that kind of rebounds and pops when this begins to happen, okay? And this is why I'm bringing this up, all right? Crypto is going to be the first one that pops when this kind of rebound begins to happen. And what you'll be able to do is store your value better, okay? Because the dollar is most likely going to keep slipping if this hypothetical plan is the case, okay? Which, in my opinion, this is what's going on in the U.S. system currently, all right? So what's going to happen is the cryptos will be the first ones to spike, and then you can store your value better because the dollar is going to continue slipping, right? So store the value in some crypto, but it's not going to be the currencies, guys. Like, it's not going to be the currencies of the future of civilizations, kind of like we had, essentially predicted, or some people had essentially predicted. It's just utilized on the back avenues, guys. Like, it's just utilized by the banking systems, by the government systems, the XRPs, the Ethereums, the Bitcoins, like these sort of things, guys. Again, it's all the back end stuff that they're going to be powering, okay? But what I think you're going to see is, again, an AI dollar, okay? And it's going to be like a 2-to-1 value to some of these coins. So basically, like, for every one XRP coin you have, when they release this digital AI dollar that's backed by gold, in my opinion, that's what it's going to be backed by, or backed by Bitcoin or some shit. I think it's going to be backed by gold, and that's why you see the value of gold going ridiculously high, even silver going ridiculously high, okay? What I think you're going to see with this AI dollar is that at the end of the day, it's going to be 2-to-1 value, okay? And so for every one XRP you have, they'll give you 2 of these dollars. And what does that do, guys? Think about that. What does that do? All right, if you have millions of people that hold these coins and you give them 2-to-1, and they immediately can go spend that in this new economy that's, again, still the same economy. The only difference, guys, is you're going to be able to boop boop just on tap screens, just like we already can. Do you see? Just like we already can. But it's an AI dollar, okay? But it's how they can re-stimulate the system, all right? It's how they can re-stimulate a new economy, okay? That's literally being built right under our noses. Guys, I told you about the banks and the updates they had with the FedWire upgrade, and how huge that was and why. Back on episode 47. That was back in July, guys. Okay, this is how long this stuff's been brewing. Again, it's happening right under our noses. All right, this has been happening since July and before this. Now you got BlackRock coming out this week saying live on national television that they want to tokenize stocks, that they are going to have tokenized ETFs. And this is the thing, though, guys. This is why I'm bringing this up and why I want to put this on your plate. This is predictable investing, okay? And what they can do is market that to a consumer, all right, as the new, easier 401ks, all while it's easier for them to manipulate. And what I mean by that is oh, look at this. This is going to be an ETF that follows these new tokenized stocks, and these new tokenized stocks are the big thing. So, you know, we got a guaranteed X amount of time, and this company's still doing good. So they're going to drop tokenized stocks that are going to get big just off the fact that they're tokenized stocks and ETFs, okay? Number one. Number two, if they're backed by the actual value of these companies, and it's Amazon, Nvidia, these companies, they're not going anywhere, so they're going to be around. So they have more intrinsic value right there just off bat, right? So that's how they're going to market it. It's very easily marketable, okay? But it's predictable investing, guys, and why I bring that up is it's all algorithms, it's all that can be manipulated. And that's what they're building on the back end right now, is the manipulation to the new system that is building right under our noses, all right? And I know it may have been hard to catch everything I just went over, but definitely if you didn't catch everything, go back the last 5 minutes and just listen to what I just said. Because what I just said is very important key information to the new system that's being built. The value of the dollar is going to continue to drop. The value of gold is going to go up, all right? Cryptos are not the currencies of the future per se, but what they are going to do is they're going to be a transition asset into the new AI dollar that, in my opinion, they are going to release in the next 1 to 5 years. I'd say the next 1 to 5 years, an AI dollar is going to come out that's either backed by gold or backed by Bitcoin. I'm telling you now, they're building it. They're building these ETFs, these tokenized stocks, these tokenized ETFs. This is a real thing, guys, okay? It's predictable investing is what they're going to market it as, all right? Well, it's not what they're going to market it as, but that's what it is. It's predictable investing, essentially. It's all algorithms, it's all AI, it's all this, but it can be manipulated so easily, all right? And so that's why we have to be careful. But again, I want us to be prepared, all right? So kind of the game plan surrounding all of this, guys, is just don't panic, of course. Position yourself properly. Y'all know how it goes. Long-term vision beats short-term gain, always. But keep stacking quality, you know, like AI names, NVIDIA, the Palantirs, big tech anchors, Meta, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, of course, you know, and start buying and holding, though, real energy assets. That's another thing with this AI world that's coming out, and I've spoken about this too, is the data housing companies that are going to store these things, is the energy companies that are going to need to be powered by this shit. What energy sources are going to pop up? There's probably going to be some new energy source that's already being built that we don't know about that's going to power some sort of new, you know, energy source that's going to help AI be so much quicker. Watch. You know, that we don't even know what it is, but it's going to pop up out of nowhere somewhere here in the future. But really, guys, at the end of the day, start buying and holding real plays in energy, lithium, gold. Use this slowdown, guys, as accumulation season, not panic season. That's why I'm bringing this up, guys. I'm begging you, because this isn't like going to be a crash that you're going to be hearing about over the next few months. Over the next, like, probably 6 to 9 months, you're going to be hearing how bad the economy is, and this regime is so bad, and blah 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 blah. And I just don't want to hear it, okay? Because what I'm telling you guys is this what I just laid out to you. And again, go back and listen if you didn't catch everything. Go back and listen to the plan that's going to happen. It's going to be devalued. The system's going to be devalued. A new system is going to rise. We're going to need to have multiple different assets. Of course, we're going to need to have stocks in the regular stock market still. You know what I mean? But we are going to need to have some crypto. But I bring that up just for my crypto people. I know my boys be arguing about crypto all the time. Like, is it good? Is it bad? Like, so that's what I think about crypto, is it's not going to be the currency of the future. However, it does have a very big place in what's going to take place over the course, in my opinion, of the next like 3 to 5 years. I think a lot of this, and I've said it before, is going to happen very rapidly, guys. If you don't pay attention to certain real world things like job reports and shit like that, guys, everyone's saying AI, it's happening so much quicker and no one's paying attention. Y'all are on Sora making fake videos and having ChatGPT edit shit, you know what I mean? But AI's already taken over, bro. AI's already slashing jobs. The private sector of jobs is down bad, bro. Worse than ever. Like, it's already here. And so that's why I'm telling you guys to start paying attention to these things again. Y'all know how we do. We keep a real world on the pot. You feel me? And I had to give y'all that game. So if you didn't catch all them gems, go back, listen to this. You can listen to episode 47 to hear about the FedWire upgrade and kind of what that does for the banking system and why that's important to the gateways of crypto with banking and why all of this is coming together, guys. And again, it's coming together right under our noses while they consistently devalue the dollar, while gold surges, and while the stock market and cryptos are about to take a cool down. And I'm telling you, this is a chance for all of these elites and these governments and these big companies to invest again, okay? To bring up this new market into you know, switch over to this digitalized world. It's going to be digitalized, but it's not just going to be like you're spending Bitcoin at the grocery store or spending XRP at the grocery store. They're going to release an AI dollar that's going to be like some 2-to-1 shit so they can stimulate this new economy and new system that's coming. It's coming quicker than you think, so keep an eye on it, pay attention, and position right. Long-term vision be short-term gain. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope everybody has a blessed Sunday, man. We out.